Welcome to ProductCamp 2024, the 10th edition. ProductCamp Ottawa was born in November 2013. Andrew Stevens was our first ProductCamp director, and Mark Lindsay our first president. Our executive team, the founding members, were Mark Lindsay, president, Andrew Stevens, special events, Solon Angel, education, Charles Funk, operations, and Andrew Faulkner, marketing. Our organization team included a young Hala, Toby, Miranda, Sophie, the two Andrews, and others. ProductCamp 2013 was held at the offices of Caseware. Our very first keynote was delivered by Jeff Moore, the Chief Marketing Officer of Ross Video. His subject, the 3 Ps of product management: passion, partnering, and performance. Ross has featured quite a few times at ProductCamp over the years. Here is Jeff Moore instructing Andrew Stevens, Solon Angel, how to turn a PC on. This was the first unveiling of our infamous sessions board. Back then, we were fearless. We voted for the sessions at the event, a true unconference and a nod to its origins in California. We had some great session leaders: Phil Lintel, Colin Moden, Jonathan Moody, and Trevor Wilkins. The event ended with our now traditional group photograph. How many faces do you recognize? PCO 2014 was to return to Caseware. This time we had not 1, not 2, but 3 keynotes. The first, Scott Annan; the second, Michael Hughes; the third, to kick off the afternoon sessions, Peter Fillmore. Session leaders included Jana Sidevi, David Large from Telfer, and Ron Gagne of Invest Ottawa. 2015 saw a change in venue. We moved to a new location, a location we would call home for the next 4 years. But as is typical in the high-tech business, the name above the door changed 3 times, and I think it has changed again since. The venue in question was the old Nortel Fab, which then became Breckenridge, the manufacturing arm of Mitel. All consigned to history by the time the current Gen Band hosted our event. Phil Lintel was our gracious host and our second ProductCamp director. At the time, product managers were considered as superheroes. It was therefore quite convenient that Gen Band had a telephone box in one of their conference rooms, somewhere for our superheroes to change. The keynote this year was Sasha Jera, VP Cloud Products Gen Band. His keynote proved very popular. We still had our sessions wall. Catering was a big hit. Our second visit to Gen Band was the following year in 2016. This year, our theme was Scaling Up Business, and our keynote was Karen Williams, CPO at Halogen Software. Once again, the Session Wall 2016 edition was a popular place to visit. Hala presented a session this year. Barely visible behind our host, Phil Lintel, is the tweet wall. This proved a hit, and we continued to use it for several more years until we were asked to pay. Perhaps 2 of our most regular participants, Mindy and Colin, seen here most likely discussing the lunch menu. Our 2016 organizing team. A few new faces. Can you spot Walter, who went on to do great things in IoT? And finally, our team photo. We tended to take these at the end of the day, so some folk had already left to catch the bus. Still at the same location, but now Ribbon, formerly known as Gen Band. In between mail deliveries, our keynote was delivered by Scott Lawrence, then of Clipfolio. Both Scott and Clipfolio have been big supporters of PCO over the years. Scott taught us how to thrive in a twister. Listening intently to the keynote. Jana Sidevi made a comeback as a session lead and proved to be very popular. And Andrew presented a session. We must have been short of proposals that year. 2 more PCO regulars, Walter and Hala. This year's food was also very good. Who wants seconds? Group hug. Sometimes the only chance a busy superhero gets to talk to his wife is at ProductCamp. Date Night 2. Tweet Wall 2017 style. We had a great session on silent brainstorming. You should try it. Our 2017 campers. Same great location, but now Candy, formerly known as Ribbon, formerly known as Gen Band. Our keynote in 2018 was a triple header. Kelly Day's autonomous vehicle program, Invest Ottawa, Tracy DeLue, technology products leader, Ernst & Young, and our second connection with MindBridge, Eli Fathy, co-founder and COO MindBridge, the first being Solon, and co-founder and former CEO. 2019 saw another change in venue, this time moving closer to Ottawa to the Invest Ottawa train yard location, a fabulous location. We were so keen to have folks join us that transportation was provided. There was lots of space and ample opportunity to network. We even had live music. But we kept to our knitting with keynotes by a popular demand, the return of Ross Video CEO David Ross, and networking tips from Michael Hughes for his second visit, hosted by our longtime friend David Menny, CPO Clipfolio. Queen of that year's session was Amanda Holstrom, who managed to encourage audience participation. Like all good parties, there were loot bags for the presenters and volunteers. The COVID years. This year's ProductCamp Ottawa went online, so no glorious photographs. But we did arrange for home delivery of food, and we had mugs. Still, we had over 60 participants, including several overseas. Backed by popular demand, David Ross very kindly agreed to be our keynote once again. Another change of venue. This time we were going downtown Ottawa to the Congress Center and the global HQ of Clipfolio. The folk at Clipfolio were amazing. CEO Alan Weil and CPO David Menny in particular. They helped us transform office space into a fully functional conference space. 2023 featured 2 panels with distinguished guests discussing topics as diverse as mushroom farmers and AI. Our afternoon panel featured the return of one of our co-founders, Solon Angel, looking no different than when we first saw him 10 years ago at Caseware back in 2013. Again, the venue had plenty of space to network. Or just relax. Networking can be tiring business. We had some young and enthusiastic Algonquin graduates to man the registration desk. DJ Mo. And someone taught Hala how to take selfies. Our organizing team is growing, lots of free tickets to be had. And with our 2023 campers picture, that's the end of our short journey down ProductCamp Ottawa memory lane. Now, are you ready to make some more memories? Let's get ready to share, learn, and grow.